Hi ladies and gentlemen, I'm welcoming you all back to my YouTube channel. I hope everyone is doing well and in very good health. So all of the lovely ladies out there, and even to the guys too, happy Valentine's Day to every one of you all. And it's kind of unusual for I to do a video earlier rather than later down in the evening itself, but I decided to because I still have temporary hair dye in my hair, which you all are gonna see a bit more regular on my channel. And also, I was just taking down my thoughts on the West Indies Zimbabwe test match and also PSL, which bowled off yesterday. And I must tell you, day one and day two of the Pakistan Super League saw nail biters back to back. And I'm telling you, it was drama in Multan and Karachi, respectively. But I want to start in Bolawalu first of all because history was created. I'm talking about Motie, the left arm spinner from Guyana. He created history by breaking a 73-year-old record. And I'm going to talk about it first and foremost before I get into PSL. And if you're new to this channel, I would like you all to please smash that subscribe button for more cricket analysis and comments. So I'm going to start with Zimbabwe West Indies in Bolawalu. As the men in maroon, let me tell you, they totally hammered Zimbabwe in all three departments of the game. They hammered Zimbabwe by an innings and 4 runs inside of less than 3 days in the second and final test played in Bolawalu. Zimbabwe, by the way, were pulled out for 115 in its first innings. Motie took 7 for 37, and in the second innings he came and bagged another 5. He took 6 wickets for I believe 62 runs, bowling out Zimbabwe before they enforced us to bat for a second time. And thankfully West Indies didn't have to bat second because some of its middle order batters made significant contributions yesterday, like for example Rosman Chase with his 70, Joshua De Silva 44, and also Tej Narayan's 34, but he got out late on the first day. Even though he got out, at least some of the batters got some vital batting practice leading into the crucial 2-test series against South Africa. Now, I had made a prediction a few months ago stating that the Proteas will sweep us 2-0. But let me just say this. So all you Aussie media holics, I'm warning you all in this video about something serious. To those of you all who say that West Indies should quit playing test cricket, always the ones who should quit test cricket because all they can't play spin at all in India, period. It happened in 2013 when you all were swept 4-0, 2-1 in 2017, and in 2018 and 2020 when all they struggled with all the B team and all the full strength side, and India had the C team. All the wake up now, all the Aussie media too biased for too long, and that has to cut out. I know a friend from Australia, myself, who's up and coming and talented just like I. He has his own radio show on 107 in Australia. His name is Ethan Murray. Go check him out on Instagram. His link is going to be in the bio though. And coming back to my point, the only Zimbabwe batter that showed resilience was Craig Irvine with his 70. Other than that, the other batters got chipped in and got out when they should have scored more runs when needed. But the West Indies, they were totally unplayable. Now I would like to see West Indies do better against against stronger test playing nations instead of the smaller ones. And furthermore, we need more test cricket to improve the mindset of our players on the whole. So coming back to Motie, he took 6 wickets for 62 in the second innings on what had to be a slow track in Bolawalu, something similar to the one in Naipur, which was an absolute round turner in which the Indian spinners took advantage of from day one against the Aussies, in which the Kangaroos were blown away inside less than 3 days, just like how West Indies did it with Zimbabwe. But I would like to see West Indian batters bat for long periods of time against a dangerous South African bowling lineup, which is led by Rabada, Ngindi, and also Nokia. They are very dangerous and they need to bat for long periods of time rather than throwing their wickets away. So coming back to Motie, he was the biggest positive for West Indies. 13 wickets for 99 was his match figures. including 7 in the first innings. And also, let me tell you this, his figures during the match were the third best ever figures by a West Indian bowler in the history of Test match cricket. And other than Motie, a few positives must be in the batting. For me, Tejnarine Shanapur was the second best player alongside Craig Bradford throughout the 2 Test series. They were the ones that got most of the runs. Even Raymond Reifer in the first innings as well made a vital contribution. And in my view, I like to see him bat at number 3 against South Africa. I know they dropped Nakura Bonner for the series because they had announced the squad for the Test matches. I'll talk about that in the subsequent video. But moving away from West Indies and Zimbabwe, I already spoke a bit about how India mashed up Australia really bad. Let me give you all the match figures for that one very fast. Those were the match. Nah, I don't have it with me, guys, so I apologize for that. But excuse me a sec. Alright, so coming back to PSL, the first 2 games were nail biters. Lahore Lahore Qalandars, they defeated Multan Sultans by 1 single run at the Multan Cricket Stadium. Qalandars made 175 for 6 from its 20 overs. Fakhar Zaman made 66. Inshanullah was Sultan's best bowler with 2 for 37. Sultans, however, came up 1 run short, and I'm not going to blame anyone for this defeat except for Shan Masood, who in my view is not a 2020 player. He made 35 or 31 the top. Rizwan had to guide the innings as normal with his 75. Hussain Talat 1 for 16 in the end. Lahore winning by 1 run. And the opening game of the PSL marked the return of Shaheen Shah Afridi, who was out of cricket for a little while because he aggravated his knee in the World T20 final back in November. So he had to go through rehab once again. In fact, he shouldn't have gone to Australia. He could have carried another bowler as a backup, but they took a chance and he ended up getting injured in the final. Today there was one more game, Karachi and Zalmi. Now this has to be the most anticipated game of the PSL. Zalmi made 199 for 5 from its 20 overs. Kola Kadmore made 92. He's the Englishman, by the way. Mir Hamza 1 for 13. Surprisingly, he bowled 2 overs. Now, I have to take a dig at Mohammad Amir because he said a lot of S about Baba Azam and he went for 42. Same thing with Imab Wasim. But even though Imab was very expensive, just like Amir as well, he went down fighting as a captain with his 80 not out. But they came up 2 runs short and lost by 2 solidarity runs. Wahab Riaz took 2 wickets for 34. And it's good to see Wahab back in the wicket-taking column after he was smacked brutally for 6 sixes by Iftikhar Ahmed, aka Ifimania, in Quetta a couple of days back. Coming to the Women's World T20, there was one game today. Bangladesh took on Australia, and we all know what was the result because the Aussies, they took their time and just decimated the Bangladeshi Tikis, which is the Spanish way of saying tigers, for saying the female way of tigers. Bangladesh posted a, how should I say this, folks? They posted 179 for 7 wickets. Nigar Sultana, she made 57. Georgia Waham, who hasn't played any T20 international cricket since rupturing her ACL back in WBBL 2021, she came back into the side, took 3 wickets for 20 runs. In response, the Aussie Southern Stars got to 111 for 2, thanks to Meg Lanning's patient on broke on 48. And also Marufa Akhtar, one of the stars from Bangladesh Women's Under-19 World Cup campaign. Now, she was on a hat-trick the other night against Sri Lanka. She took about 3 wickets. Today she took only 1 wicket for 17. But she was one of those bowlers that kept it tight for the Bangladeshis. Bangladesh have 2 losses from 2 of the matches, and all we can say, they have all but virtually eliminated from the competition. Australia, as normal, 2 wins out of 2, 1 win from the semi-finals, but the surprise package has to be the Sri Lankans. They won their first 2 games and are on the brink of making their first ever Women's T20 World Championship semi-final at the expense of South Africa, who still, in my view, has an outside chance of making the semis. But we'll see how that all plays out. Tomorrow there's India versus West Indies. I expect India to thrash them quite comprehensively. So until we meet again, folks, be good, be cool, and stay safe. Thanks for watching.